Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about unassigning orders on Doordash. So recently I got an email from a subscriber, Joe Rocker. Thank you so much for sending me this email and making this video possible. And he noticed that in his area, the unassigned screens have been updated. And there are some things that we should really be going over on the subject. So with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this email and in the screenshots corresponding to this email, what DoorDash tells you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research, consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be absolutely clear that everything we're going to be going over on the subject is very market dependent, and what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. Also, if there's something that you guys would like me to go over on DoorDash, UberEats, Grubhub, or anything going on in the gig economy, my email is drivenwyld@gmail.com. Feel free to send me any videos, articles, or something you'd like to talk to me about through there, and who knows, maybe you'll get a shout out in a video as well. So with that said, let's get started. Hey, I noticed something maybe about a month or two ago with the addition of the new decline screen on DD. With that, there is also a new unaccept screen. Unaccept is pretty much the same thing as unassigned based on what I could tell, but either way, we actually did talk about that on a very broad overview in a video I made about 3 different updates that DoorDash made. I will leave that video in the description. Feel free to check that out. If you remember the old screen, it was a long list of dumb reasons, and the real reason was never on the list of options, leaving us to select something else. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I almost always picked something else, or I just randomly tap the screen and let them believe what they want. Although, looking back, I probably shouldn't have been doing that. That also said, I rarely ever had to unassign orders, so. Well, now there is a not enough money option for why you're unassigning it. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, I don't think that's a legitimate reason to unassign an order. I think that's a great reason to decline an order, as in not accept it at all. But if you accepted an order knowing that there wasn't enough money on there, why'd you accept it in the first place?
Nobody likes a wise ass, Jake.
I don't know if there's a lot of content there, but I'm sure if you talk about all the new options on those screens, it might make a video. It's also something I haven't seen any of the gig tubers talk about in detail like that. Well, I don't know if they did or not either, but let's see if we can make a video out of it.
I accept that challenge.
So let's go over those screenshots that you sent me. Unassigned order. Tell us what happened so we can make the pickup experience better for other Dashers. Which I am so sure that that's exactly what their intentions are with this, right? Select a reason that applies. Dash ends soon. Okay, if you are choosing dash ends soon as a reason to unassign an order, I am going to challenge the concept that maybe you may not have the best time management skills. Now, in terms of scheduling, I feel like there's a significant number of people that will actually set a start time for their scheduling to Dash, and then they just not add an end time. You know what I'm talking about? They give you a block that's like midnight to midnight or midnight to 4 a.m. And from there, you'll say, all right, I'm going to get started at 11, but I want the option to be able to drive for as long as I want to. So I'll just say 11 to 4 a.m. and I'll just hop off when I'm good and ready, which in my opinion is actually going to cause more harm than good because of the idea of building momentum as a driver. Because if you decline too many times, they'll like slow you down. But if you break up that block, you will actually receive more orders that way. And I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent in terms of scheduling, so instead of going super deep into detail on it, I'm going to leave a video I made about scheduling in the description. Feel free to check that out. I left a few tips and tricks in there as well. But the point is that you gotta have really good time management skills, especially if you're juggling a business on top of DoorDash or doing other gig apps that require a little bit more scheduling in order to actually do. It is vital that you actually make sure that you are properly managing your time. I have too many orders. Okay, this is a little bit of a risky answer to give them. I have too many orders, and DoorDash is the one sending you orders. So how do you have too many orders? That's easy. You're telling DoorDash that you're multi-apping.
Joe, isn't that something you tell us to do?
Yes, I'm telling you to do that for financial reasons. That doesn't mean DoorDash needs to know what you're doing. Because when it comes to times of mass deactivations, they're going to look at all of the drivers and say, okay, which are the ones that seem like the most of a liability and not the drivers that are actually willing to take whatever we give them. They're going to cut veteran drivers. They're going to cut smart drivers. Also, you're telling DoorDash that while you're taking other orders from UberEats and Grubhub, that you're also taking DoorDash orders, causing delays in delivery, which is kind of bad. Not to mention that could risk account violations and things to that effect. So if you ever find yourself hitting that, I'm gonna, number one, challenge you to not do that kind of dirty multi-apping, or at least slow down with it, or try to send DoorDash a different message through your actions. As far as they're concerned, as far as DoorDash is concerned, you're a good little slave. They are your only source of income. Accidentally accepted the order. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I've ever accidentally accepted a DoorDash order. I've accidentally accepted Uber Eats orders multiple times because of their original screen, but that time has long passed ever since they changed their screen overall. And DoorDash, I don't think I've ever had that issue. One cool thing about DoorDash is their overall dash system is a completely different page from any of your account settings. And even if you receive an order, it's not like they pull you out from the earnings tab and send you an order that way. You have to go back to the dash on the home screen in order to see the orders you are receiving. It's a completely different game. If you do accidentally accept orders, I mean, I guess I understand, but I've never had that issue ever. Customer changed their address. This is actually referred to as the wrong address scam. Yes, there are genuine mistakes, like they send you to their work as opposed to their home, or vice versa. But there have been times where customers have literally put in the wrong address, and they wanted to do that because either one, there would be a lot more delivery fees if they were to have it delivered further, or two, the restaurant is out of range and they just won't allow for it. So they'll put a closer address and then be like, oh, I'm sorry, this is not the right address. It's actually, and they'll just rattle it off like they were ready to give it to you. In fact, we actually had a story on the channel that literally extenuated that. I will leave that in the description as well. Feel free to check that out. Order is making me late. Again, goes back to time management skills. Order is not worth my pay. Again, if you are at the point where you've accepted an order and you are like, the order is not worth your pay, you already accepted the order. Why didn't you just decline it? That makes no sense.
But Joe, I like to accept smaller orders, and if it's ready, I'll just do them really quickly.
And that's exactly the point. You don't take borderline good orders so that way they're tolerable if they're perfectly ready, or if literally one thing goes wrong, like the restaurant discriminates against gig workers, or there is a computer error, or the customer is kind of a POS, and they immediately text you like,
Yo, are you actually gonna deliver the order? I've been waiting for a while now.
and that is exactly why they've been waiting a while now, but that's not the point. The point is that you never take orders that are tolerable in the event that things go right, because if one thing goes wrong, it's not a good order anymore. It's a waste of time and energy. Resolution options. You can unassign from the order and move on to the next task. Unassign with no pay. Your completion rate will be affected. The only reasons that I would find that I'm unassigning from an order is that an order needs to be canceled for some reason, and if the order needs to be canceled, I'm probably calling support and having it canceled so that way it's not affecting my ratings. And if you're waiting for over 10 minutes, that's a different conversation entirely. There will be a penalty-free option. What pickup issues can we help with? Store has an issue. Store is closed, order is not here. I have an issue being the red card, or you just have too many orders or something like that. Or there's a safety issue and you can report an incident with support and help you unassign from there. Whether or not that's actually actually going to hit your completion rate, that's a different conversation, especially since they just upped the completion rate requirements to 90% in a lot of markets. But overall, just understand that if you go through the app, there is an overall risk of deactivation. And then a lot of people had some issues with the red card, especially with shop and pay orders, where they've been wrongfully deactivated. And that's kind of been DoorDash's MO. So understand that these options can also be a trap. So consider just calling support instead of working with an app that has literally been proven to wrongfully deactivate people. Did I miss anything? Is there something else about these unassigned screens that I have yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that anybody and everybody that has or will be unassigning orders on DoorDash knows every possible thing that they need to know, so that way we can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.